Lil Nas X seen roaming the streets at 4 a.m. half nude. Some people say it's a humiliation ritual. Some people say it's OD, overdose. But tell me your thoughts down below, guys. This is concerning.
Did y'all see that video of Lil Nas X roaming in the streets in LA at 4 o'clock in the morning with no clothes on? So there's a video that's circulating of Lil Nas at 4 o'clock in the morning in the dark with no shirt on, no pants on, look like some tidy whities, like a little diaper he had on, or some white boxers. I don't know what that man had on, and he had cowboy boots on, rolling through the streets of LA. No security, nobody with him, and he had a traffic cone holding it over his head. There's a video of a man in a car recording him, and Lil Nas points to the camera and goes, "Don't be late to the party tonight, babe." And the man recording like, "What party?" And then Lil Nas X gonna say, "Oh, you know." Baby, we cannot even begin to understand the type of stuff that goes on in Hollywood and how dark it be behind closed doors. Do not get me started on my conspiracy theories, because we will be here all night long. But people are speculating whether or not if it's a publicity stunt or there might be something really wrong with him, because come to find out, dude got hospitalized for possibly ODing. And I think that maybe he could really be going through something right now. We don't know what's going down, but all I do know is that video did not look normal. What do y'all think in the comment section? Do y'all think he was on something? Do you think this was like a publicity stunt for a new drop, for something? Like, let me know what y'all think.
Lil Nas X has been arrested and is being held without bail after he was caught walking the streets naked, rapping out Nicki Minaj lyrics. This was right before he decided to go and attack an officer. This is a screenshot of some blurry security footage that caught Lil Nas X earlier that day before he was arrested. He was at a hotel in Hollywood, kind of walking around. He was not a guest there. At one point, he got water there and took off his shirt. I don't know why he was at this hotel. I mean, I do know a lot of drug dealers work out of hotels. We don't know what happened to Lil Nas X after that hotel visit, but then at 4 a.m. he was spotted in Studio City walking around in some tidy whities and some white cowboy boots. Like I said, Lil Nas X is being held without bail, so he's gonna have to go and face the judge before he's let out. But there was some rumors of a supposed overdose. Officers did not take him right to jail. They actually took him to a hospital first because they felt like he was on some drugs. I don't know what the drugs could be, maybe meth? But I do feel like Lil Nas X has been struggling for a while. This is a video that Lil Nas X posted earlier this year and has scrubbed from the internet. And when he was speaking to his fans, it didn't seem like he was in the right mind.
Were pretty difficult for me. They have been pretty difficult for me. And I'm just now like arriving to this place of feeling confidence in myself and what I'm doing. And I'm trying to make sure I put intention towards my music and my vision.
There's something up here, but I am praying for Lil Nas X. I feel like he has been put in a very vulnerable place within the music industry, and who knows what's happening behind the scenes with record labels and things like that. The cowboy boots that he was strutting down Ventura in are actually for sale now on eBay. Someone came and just snatched them up after Lil Nas X was arrested. Pretty cringe that somebody went and got his boots and now they're selling them on eBay for $10,000 and trying to sell them with this point right here that he possibly had an overdose. I don't know why, but something about that really irks me. Like, do we even know if he had an overdose? I don't know, but you can go and buy these overdose shoes for $10,000. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below.
So I find it very sad and depressing about how everyone is making a comedic scene about Lil Nas X and what happened to him. Like, it's actually really not okay. Like, this man was out in LA just, dancing. Like, he's clearly not okay mentally. And he's really not had the best year, health-wise. I don't know what's going on, child. But one thing I can say is that karma never misses, especially when you play with God. But, everyone, making fun and being like, no, this is just him promoting the album. The album is around the corner. Like, this is not funny, for real. It's really sad, though, to see him in this type of state. Like, where the fuck are his friends? Like, it's not comedy. And everyone is like, oh, it's so funny, so funny. No, the fuck it's not. Like, this man was out and about by himself, just dancing and on Ventura Boulevard. And if you remember, back in April of this year, he had partial facial paralysis. And so, he's just, I don't know what's going on. I don't know if it's the booger sugar. I don't know what drugs. But one thing I can tell you, though, when he did make fun of God, one thing I do know as a gay man, my God, okay? You really cannot play with God's name, because he moves a finger and, okay, he will meet you where you're at. He still loves you, but you just, like, don't play with him, But, like, this shit is not funny, y'all. Like, a lot of y'all are just been like, oh, this is him promoting his album, like, he wants to be relevant. Like, no. Like, this is very concerning. Like, that video that I saw, be for real. Like, that's not normal. Like, why would he have to do all of that when in the past he never did shit like that and his music did well,
Lil Nas X is the perfect example of how the industry uses up an artist and then discards them, because there's no reason that anything should be going on with Lil Nas, right? A lot of people are saying that this is clearly a publicity stunt and he's doing this for attention, to sell music. He wouldn't have to do anything for attention to sell music if his label would properly take care of him, right? But instead, what they do is they get a couple hits out of them and then they don't worry about them anymore. They leave them to their own, their own devices, their own agendas. The label has an agenda. And then once you, as an artist or whoever, has served that agenda, they have no use for you no more. And we see this increasingly happening with Black hip hop acts or Black, artists in particular, right? This isn't really happening on the white side of the music industry. This is particularly happening with Black artists. These artists rack up all these awards and accolades and Billboard charting numbers, and then we never hear from them again. The industry is notorious for this. The industry is notorious for doing this to Black hip hop acts. It's been happening for decades now, right? We're just now getting to the point where we're calling it out for what it is. And we're going to see this like a lot more. Like, he won't be the last. Think about how many artists they signed between 2018 and 2022. All of those artists are finna be doing the same thing, right? We're either going to see them crashing out, selling coochie, or somewhere down and out. These labels need to be held responsible for what they are doing to these people. It is predatory.
Little Nasir, get your ass back in here, walking outside with your underclothes out. I'd call your daddy. You see, what Little Nas X is experiencing is struggling to come to terms with his own downfall and who to blame. Because even though we hold him accountable, as we should, let's not act as if there is not a machine behind the scenes pulling the strings. You have to remember, Little Nas X was 19, 20, broke, sleeping on his sister's floor. I don't think he was in school. I don't think he was trying to be a content creator, so he's most likely working a dead-end job. And this little music hobby that he was doing was the only thing giving him dopamine. And then your song blows up and Atlantic Records is on your line. If Atlantic Records called me right now, yeah, I'm the next female rapper. I already told y'all I'm tired of working at the call centers. Also, he had not been doing music for that long, so he never really dove deep to understand who he is as a person or an artist. And Atlantic Records, can you talk? Is there something wrong with you today? Dumb bitch. Atlantic Records. See, now I'm mad. Now Little Nas X, but oh my God. So once the gimmick stopped working, he didn't know what to do. Atlantic Records didn't know what to do. So now he doesn't know who he is. He doesn't know who to trust because people start falling off once you start falling off the Billboard charts. And Atlantic Records would rather squeeze the last of their nickels into Cardi. Even though her heavy tongue is now a topic of conversation, they still feel that she is a better investment. Any day now, he gonna drop that OnlyFans link, and it's gonna be a collab with Hakeem from Empire. Little Nas X, your music career was nice to experience, but I think you know, and I know, what's next for you. I'm sorry that I had to come to this. I wish you would have played your cards better. I love you, baby.